All rise. Support court with Judge Van der Bee is now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB1068, Clark case.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You may be seated. Man, it's a lot of people that didn't want to come to court today. Makes my job easier. Okay. All right. Looks like Mr. Clark, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
I'm married and not happy about my wife going out all the time. Girls' night seems like every other weekend. When we try to do something romantic, she's like, I prefer to go out with my girls' happy hour. So I'm suspecting she's cheating. So,
Okay. So because she is with her girls and not spending as much time with you, you think she's cheating?
yeah, I text her while she's out, she don't respond. I ask her, send a picture where you are so I can see what's going on with the post on social media. I don't get any type of messages. So, I'm kind of insecure.
Okay, people be prepared as we dive into the Clark case today. Mr. Clark is requesting spousal maintenance from his wife, arguing that she is neglecting their marriage. He accuses her of spending excessive amounts of time with her friends, which makes him feel abandoned and ignored. Although his suspicions of infidelity are unsubstantiated, they have fueled his frustration and prompted him to pursue legal action. The judge opens the session. As tensions are high and personal issues are prominent, Mr. Clark lays out his complaints, making it apparent that this case is motivated more by emotional distress than by a need for legal action. Let's see the course of this courtroom drama.
Supposed to as a married couple.
Okay. You all still live in the same home?
Yes, we do.
Do you have any children?
No.
Okay. You see her every day?
Yeah,
Do you try to discuss it with her then?
she don't want to hear it. She don't go in the kitchen to talk. That's where I expect her to be, where I could corner her, but she don't talk. So
All right.
I got things to do. I got errands to run. So I let her be, so I'm not like smothering her. But when it comes down to playing the role to reservations, my girlfriends. So,
Okay. Have you ever confronted her about cheating on you?
no.
All right. It looks like you came because you're wanting to get some sort of spousal maintenance from her.
Yeah, because we're pretty much done. There's nothing happening in our relationship intimate-wise. So, I pay all the bills, 2 cars. She don't pay no gas in the car. So, I need her to either get going or tell me what's really going on.
While he hasn't accused her of cheating, Mr. Clark's testimony paints a picture of loneliness, frustration, and a desperate attempt to regain control over his failing relationship. He is visibly frustrated as he describes how his wife prioritizes girls' nights over their marriage, leaving him feeling neglected. He explains that she rarely shares her whereabouts, ignores his calls and texts, and no longer engages in meaningful conversations with him. Despite living together, he feels like a stranger in his own home, with intimacy and emotional connection evaporating.
You
Yes.
say, so you make more money than her?
Yes.
Do you know where she is? Have you talked to her at all? Is she with the girls right now while court is going on?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, if you're the one making more money, I don't see how I could honor your request to get spousal maintenance.
Well, she gets an allowance.
All right.
So I want that back.
You want your allowance back?
Yes.
How much of an allowance are you giving her?
I give her $10K a week.
$10,000 a week.
Yeah.
Man, where you work? I'm obviously in the wrong profession. Yeah. Okay. So you got her served to be here today.
Yes.
You do realize that if she were to come to court and ask for spousal maintenance from you, she would probably get it, right?
Most likely, yes.
So you still want to go through?
Yep.
Okay. Are you just doing this because you're mad at her?
Yep.
Well, Mr. Clark, you don't just come to court and file something and ask for a request without the grounds just because you're mad.
Well,
I can empathize with you
not?
being mad.
Because I want her attention. So in the court, there's mediation, and she'll know I'm serious.
The judge listens intently before getting right to the point and asking about Mr. Clark's financial situation. When asked further, she notes that he makes a lot more money than his wife and even gives her a substantial $10,000 weekly allowance. Mr. Clark acknowledges that his petition is an act of exasperation and a last-ditch attempt to get his wife to take him seriously rather than being motivated by financial need. The judge, who is unimpressed, highlights the abuse of legal resources and emphasizes that the courtroom is not a place for emotional or personal pressure. This conversation reveals the absence of valid justification for Mr. Clark's request by turning the attention from the legalities to the emotional toll that his assertions are taking.
You don't want to file a lawsuit to necessarily get your spouse's attention because you're not getting the affection that you're looking for. You can threaten her with a lawsuit, or you can draft one out and show it to her, but to actually have her served, set it for a hearing, that kind of takes up my time for somebody who really needs to be in here. So it's a waste of resources. I mean, I get what you're saying. I'm married myself, so I definitely understand what you're saying.
Yes.
This is just not the right resource to get her attention. Does that make sense?
Kind of.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do, Mr. Clark. We're going to dismiss your case.
Dismiss the case.
We're going to dismiss it. You do not have grounds to ask for spousal maintenance. You're the breadwinner. You just said you pay all the bills. You give her a $10,000 allowance a week. You don't qualify for spousal maintenance. You have to prove that you do not have the resources to meet your minimum needs.
Okay.
We both know that you do, just based off what you said you do.
Right.
So, yeah, I would have to.
The judge dismisses Mr. Clark's case with a firm and decisive tone, explaining that spousal maintenance is for people who are financially dependent and not for people who make more than their spouses. She strongly advises Mr. Clark to seek marital counseling if he truly wants to mend his relationship, instead of resorting to legal action out of spite before closing the case. She also issues a stark warning that if Mr. Clark goes through with a divorce, he might actually end up paying spousal support to his wife, not the other way around. This ruling serves as a clear lesson on the boundaries of the legal system, reinforcing that emotional grievances cannot be settled in court.
No, but you know, I thank you for coming to see me, right?
Thank you.
But I also recommend that the two of you seek some sort of counseling, marital counseling. Okay?
Nah, we beyond marital counsel.
Okay, well, if you decide to come to court and file for a divorce, right?
Yes.
You can do that, but just not with the spousal maintenance part attached. I could foresee her saying she would like to have spousal maintenance. So yeah, I'll have to dismiss your request on that.
Okay.
All right? Is there anything further?
Can I file for bankruptcy then?
I cannot give you legal advice.
Yes.
I would just caution you with doing that if you really don't have a reason to file for bankruptcy. And you definitely will want to consult a bankruptcy attorney before you do that.
Yeah, I just don't want her taking nothing from me. So if she flipped the script, then.
Okay, Mr. Clark, I'm not going to assist you committing fraud. If there is nothing else you would.
Judge Furby gives a sobering but necessary reality check as the case comes to a close, emphasizing that spousal maintenance is not a tool for emotional retaliation, but rather for helping those in genuine financial need. She also emphasizes that the court is not a place to settle personal disputes or to coerce a distant spouse into paying attention. The judge adjourns, giving us one last reminder that the courtroom is not the place for misdirected emotions and rash legal actions. Mr. Clark's case serves as a cautionary tale, emphasizing the value of resolving relationship issues through communication and counseling rather than legal threats.